Why do it? Because it's pointless. And because nobody ever actually does anything. Quicky-Cart. Excerpt from the book Candor by Sanderson. Part 1, Chapter 3. So that was college, at least in one sense. But then, and I'm being honest, as always, my real work began. I joined the small group who played these tabletop games. There were, I think, 8 of them, and myself. They were the most hopeless group ever, and so completely perfect. Most of them were part of that strange social group or subculture known as the Slopes or Solons. They all wore clothes that were one size too big at least, so that they half hung off their shoulders, and their hands were half covered. The kids of the millennials or Gen Zs, alienated from their earnest embarrassments of fathers, who wore even more embarrassing t-shirts that said things like "I supported Me Too." Kids who were even more distant from their acerbic had them as geriatric pregnancy mothers. Late, middle-aged women with strong opinions and sad, weakly fading tattoos. Tabletop gaming was a favorite activity for the Slopes. Because it was boring and didn't use much technology, the Solons liked to affect complete boredom as a way of offsetting their parents' puritanism. The rejection on tech was somehow part of that. I'm emphatically not writing a history. I have people for that, so you can look up the names. One guy was not much of a Solon. He was always trying to make points and say things in tutorials we both went to. Some of the things he said were very interesting, but he never got listened to. For a start, he wasn't a very good-looking boy. For another, he wasn't from what was once called the right side of the tracks. And on one occasion, he got completely crushed. He walked out of the room and threw his stuff down. I told him that old advice about not throwing pearls before swine. Told him he should only say that stuff to us at our stupid games group. Reassured him I'd make the others listen. He looked at me as if he'd have jumped off the roof if I'd asked him. It was shortly after this that I produced the high-visibility red vests and some bags and heavy gloves. They only cost a few adjusted dollars. Peanuts, as I'm supposed to have said. I told them I was going to collect garbage along the side of the freeway, and that they could all come if they wanted. Did they look at me like I was mad and ask me the questions you've probably read about in school? As always, I'll be honest. By and large, yes. But one thing I do distinctly remember is that I did really say this. Why do it? Because it's pointless, and because nobody ever actually does anything. I did actually storm out the room. Yes, I suppose you could call it storm out. 4 of them came along. The following week, they all did. Soon, we were doing other things. Probably you think you know about them, and I suppose in a way you do. As I said, this is not a history. For example, I did get them growing vegetables and stuff on waste ground we cleared. But more honesty here. There are things people always forget, that most of them don't even see. Have you ever seen hopeless people finally start to move, start to realize that they can get things done? Imagine a huge rock. It's on a boggy hillside, and it sits there, covered in moss, lashed by all the crap the weather throws at it. Now imagine you find a way to get that rock to move. It will sweep everything away, smash a path where there was nothing, destroy everything in front of it. Hopeless people are useful. They will work for you like Spartans, like dogs. Something I want you to understand, dear reader. Most people have no imagination. None. Those were the first red shirts. And that, honestly, is an illusion of what I've just written above this. Because it was a kind of joke, that color. I am half British after all. Soon, others joined us. Soon, I'll tell you more.